So in one word, if you could describe cyclocross, what would you say?
I would say, only because it leaves it open to a lot of interpretations, is experience. I think it's an experience being at races. It's an experience racing, and it's sort of like there's a personal experience that goes on, like, you know, becoming more in shape and sort of, you know, it's a way to sort of find yourself a little bit. So if I had to sum it up in one word, I'd say experience, and then people can interpret that however they want.
I think adventure.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, you're out here. Hopefully, you know, usually, sometimes it's muddy. You're out here jumping over things, like going through trees, doing stuff that people are like, why are you doing this? Well, because it's an adventure and you're pushing yourself. You're putting yourself like through an adventure each time you come out here.
Yeah.
You know, you're pushing yourself to new limits and trying new things and getting stronger. And you know, we get to travel for doing all this, so it's just kind of an adventure.
Cyclocross to someone like more than one word.
Yeah.
Like, how would you describe the sport?
We call it trail running on bikes is the best way we've come up with an explanation. They used to do cross country running on bikes, and we're like, yeah, no, it's not that. And it's not mountain biking. Like, so we say trail running on bikes with obstacles put into it.
Yeah, I think that's the best way I've found to explain it, is trail running on bikes with a little party mixed in.
Yeah. Usually Ben's the one who wants to go and ride bikes more often. So I'm like, well, shoot, like he's on his bike, so I can't justify skipping my workout today. So, you know, he pulls me in, and you know, and vice versa. And it's something we get to do together, and we get to do it with my family too. But it's really nice having both of us doing it together, because it really helps with accountability. It helps with motivation. It's great having both of us there, because it really keeps you in check.
And then I don't know, one of us isn't like being dragged to bike races for a weekend and stuff like that. But no, it's nice to have an accountability partner and someone who, sometimes it sucks because Caitlin will be like, I saw you on that corner, you slowed down and you could have pedaled, and I'm like, dang it, you know.
I was like, I saw you sit up, like we're doing hot laps, like let's go.
Yeah. So sometimes it's frustrating too, because I'm like, shoot, she saw me, you know. But no, it's awesome. It's awesome to have someone to train with.
Yeah.
I started racing first. I raced about a season and a half or so of road, and then we started racing. I started with a few races of cross, and then this is really our first season, so we've traveled a bunch this season, and have really just sort of kind of dove in and done as much as we can. Yeah.
We love it so much.
Oh yeah, it's a blast.
Then I saw my first cyclocross race, and I was like, Ben, we got in the car afterwards. I was like, Ben, I'm getting a cross bike and I'm racing next weekend. And I did, and I raced 3 races in 1 week, because I was like, let's go. Like, I want to race. I love this.
Yeah, it was Cunningham Cross last year. And so we all went out. It was Caitlin's first race that she had been to and seen. And yeah, we got in the car after. She was like, I need a bike. And so we called the shop, and they brought the bike to the race the next weekend, like hand delivered it because it was getting built. And Caitlin had never ridden the bike before, hopped on like 5 minutes before the race, and we've been racing cross ever since. Neither of us played a sport or did anything like that, and I remember when I graduated, or like my senior year of college, I was like, God, I really need to work out. Like, I was always doing something, but I was like, I need to start doing, I need to start working out a little bit. And so I started running, and I hated it. And I just ran because it was something to do, and I had to keep me in shape, but I hated every second of it. And then, Caitlin's dad sort of started this cycling bug, and so we both just fell in love with it, like immediately. We
do a lot of cycling with my family. My dad got a road bike when I was in high school, and it just kind of started this domino effect. And so now we go and do huge bike rides together, and that's just
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. So my dad taught me how to ride a bike, and then he got me back into cycling.
Yeah.
So kind of made it full circle there. First cross race I ever watched, there was this female racer, and she was in dead last, but she still had a smile on her face. So I was having a blast. Everyone was cheering just as hard for her as they were for the first place person, and everyone in between. Everyone was respectful of her and encouraging of her, and and that's when I was like, well, I always avoided racing, so I was like, I'm not fast enough, I'm not good enough, like I'm gonna be terrible. And I remember watching that and being like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're gonna welcome you whether you're climbing up in the ranks or if you just stay in Cat 5 for however long you want to.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, and that's what kind of finally sold me on it. When I watched that happen, not even just in that race, but in other races too. They were cheering for everyone, and there was people racing against each other, cheering for each other. And I was like, this does not happen in road cycling. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. So that's kind of what sold me on it, was again the community. Like we're big on the community thing.
Sometimes, I guess, like from an outsider perspective looking into cyclocross, sometimes it can be kind of intimidating, especially if you're new to cycling in general. Like everyone's in a full kit and they're riding through a park and you're jumping over stuff and like people are yelling at you, and it's kind of it is a weird sport for sure. But once you get in and once you try it, it's super welcoming. The community's great. It's a blast. It's not intimidating. And so I guess that'd be my advice, is just to try it and just to get out and do a race, or even come out and do something like cross prom, or go out and watch a race or something like that, because it is just such a great sport and such a great community that's built around the sport.
Well, do you have any parting thoughts, or like want to leave us with your motto for life or anything like that? Or?
Motto for
I don't
life.
have a motto
Do you have
for
a motto for life?
Ride fast and take chances.
There you go.
Well, ride fast if you're him. Just ride and take chances if you're normal people like
There you
me.
go. And don't break your arm.
And don't break your arm.
Perfect.